sometimes you just blow shit all over me, and I don't understand what you're doing. I can't explain it to you, so I might just give you the look like, please go to the other side of the yard and blow over there. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Greenfield's Finest Podcast. I'm your host, Michael Z. Birdseye. With me tonight, I got my main man, Johnny Rosado.
Right. Your main man now that Jack Welch got stuck in California.
Jack's not here tonight. Shuley's out of commission for one more week. He'll be back next week. But actually, right now, could you guys do me a favor? If you're watching us on YouTube, our views have been going up a lot. Could you please hit that like button? That means a lot. Hit that like button, and if you don't mind, leave a little comment underneath, the thumbs up, anything. Actually, leave this. If you're thinking of something, Steelers win this week, win or lose. Just put that down. We also have a big comedy show coming up this Saturday at yesterday's Bar and Grill in Greenfield. It's right on Greenfield Avenue. The show starts at 8 o'clock. I'll be on that show. Shuley will be in the building. We got Colin Chamberlain, who's a national touring comedian. He came out of Pittsburgh. He's going to be headlining the Showdown yesterday. So this is like a great chance to see someone that like started here. They're starting to make it. And, you know, he has the potential to make it. But he's going to be down at yesterday's this Saturday, 8 o'clock. Tickets are only $10. And all that helps support the podcast, too. So if you just want to help support the podcast, come down, watch a comedy show, have a good time. I think there'll be a lot of people from out of town will be in town that night, so that'll be great. Let's get to this weekend. So me and Rosado went on Saturday, went to this awards dinner. The podcast it was like a community service award for like doing work in the community. If you're new to the podcast, it was about a year and a half ago when COVID first hit. We decided to like help out with the senior citizens, and we were taking meals down to them for like 2 months. The whole high rise, we fed it like through the donations. People helped out. We were able to do it, and it was nice to be in Greenfield. We got recognized. It was a pretty cool moment. We got a plaque and a bunch of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was the who's who of Greenfield. I didn't realize that. They said that's been going on for 35 years. It was a pretty nice event.
That's the funny part. It's been going on for 35 years, and we never knew about it.
Yeah, right.
It was there. Like I think there was like two people. Like it like really was like awesome to see them on stage. But the one woman, she was 91. She was like made like 4,000 masks. She was kind of like the main event, and like the news cameras were there, and we were kind of like trying to like butter the newsman up. Like, can you catch my speech? I mean, can you get me anything on the news? And he was like, dude, we're here for the 91-year-old lady who makes masks. And I was like, okay. And the funny thing about Greenfield is it's always going to fucking be Greenfield. And there was just people chirping at us like, do you really think she made all that mask? I mean, do you?
I mean, are you going to out Aunt Jill for hating on the 90-year-old lady?
No, I didn't say any names.
I mean, it was getting pretty. There was some smoke being thrown around. Aunt Jill was gonna. She took one though, didn't she?
Oh yeah.
She took the free soup holder.
But dude, I was dying, and the lady got up there and gave a speech, and it was like a nice speech. It was kind of long, but like she went through the one page, and when she like flipped it over to the second page, like you seen the crowd, like how long, you know what I mean? It was like,
well, when you're 90 years old, you got to give her a little bit of slack from that.
Absolutely.
You had a real good speech, you know what I mean? Like I said, but yours was it wasn't long. Like a lot of people gave good speeches and got in and out.
Yeah.
The 90-year-old, she showed what, 4,000.
It's 4,000. Don't fuck around.
Yeah.
The guy announced it wrong. He said 3,700, and all you heard her scream when the crowd was 4,000.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck.
She said, "I want my credit now." You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then she went and gave everyone a soup holder. Like, just a sweet old lady. It was a cool event. We posted the awards on Facebook and stuff like to show you what they are. It was really cool. So it felt good. Getting something back from the community. Did you get into anything else this weekend? Did you do anything else?
It was my niece's 4th birthday. Happy birthday, Vivian.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. So
that's Nikki's daughter, right?
Nikki's oldest daughter. Yeah. So went to her birthday party. Ended up getting drunk with my brother-in-law after that. And then
that never happens.
That never happens. Who would have figured? Dave got me boozed up, but yeah, that's about all I did this weekend. Watched the Steeler game.
Yeah, dude, what about all right, this is the funniest thing to me, but like your brother-in-law, like a lot of people listening, some might know Dr. Dave, some might not, but I feel like he always like gets you to come out with good intentions. Like, John, why don't you come hang out? We're just gonna be at a birthday party, and then he starts firing shots.
Dude, he gave me like the look, like, dude, you doing any boozing today? I was like, dude, I want to eat.
Yeah,
like I didn't want to tell him no because I really didn't feel like it.
Yeah,
I just wanted to have a normal Sunday, go home, feel good for work on Monday.
Yeah,
and so like next thing I know, like there's 4 shots on the table. You know what I mean? He's
Yeah,
like, dude, we'll just do one and see how we feel after that, and then
one leaves to
one leaves to like
7
to 7, and I'm back at his crib later, and then watching. I wanted to be home by 7. I'm watching the first half of the Steeler game, but he's good.
Did you? Yeah,
he's good.
The man gets what he wants.
Yeah, if you don't want him to put his claws in, you just don't show up.
Yeah,
he's very convincing.
Dude, he So anyway, like the Steeler game, did you watch the whole game?
I did.
Okay, like so. I watched up until it was like going nowhere. It was like the 3rd quarter. I fell asleep. I wake up in the morning and we scored 27 points in the 4th quarter. Like, what happened?
Dude, it was like a fury. Now, granted, I was pretty drunk by this time.
Yeah.
And I was at my house by this time watching the rest of it.
Sorry, this isn't ESPN.
Yeah, right. No, so basically it was like a flurry of points from the Steelers, and you're like, holy shit, they're about to pull this off. And then, like, they went up, and, like, within a matter of seconds, L.A. had the ball, came back down, kicked the field goal, and it was over. And you're like, what the hell?
We blocked a punt and did some other shit, right? And like
you said, this isn't ESPN. All I know is we came back.
Okay,
we
good.
scored a bunch of points, and, like, I was feeling pretty good about it. And then, like, there wasn't that much time on the clock, and the Chargers just came down and took it all away, and you're just like, damn.
Yeah.
They got you real up for a second, and then, like,
I didn't realize they were winning till today. Like, because I didn't once I'd seen the score, I didn't give a shit. But like today, they were talking about how they had the lead with 3 minutes left. I'm like, oh fuck, they almost won the game.
Yeah. Like I said, they looked good, and then like the defense just like at the end folded, and like the being hyped up was short lived because then they just like you're like, oh shit, they came back, and then you're like, fuck, we just lost.
Yeah, that would have been
in a matter of like 5 minutes. It felt like
that would have been. Jack will be back next week. That would have been a fun game to be at. Jack was there. Like,
did he go to the Steeler game?
Yeah. So I want to hear how, like, I mean, he said it was sick. He said that their stadium's it was fucking unbelievable. So I mean, just on TV watching it, that's where the Super Bowl's going to be. I'm like, dude, this is so sick.
Yeah,
like,
they said it's a $5 billion stadium.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, it's sick.
I've never been in anything that costs $5 billion.
No, I mean, I think Heinz Field costs like in the millions.
That was like $235 million.
Yeah, so that's like 10, not even 5% of the cost.
No, right. So they got people thought that was a lot of money at the time. Meanwhile, it was like the best bargain ever.
Right.
For what they use it for.
Right.
What do you use? Like 11 professional games and like 6 foot. Then you'll have the whippules and shit there. But other than that, what do you concerts?
That's it. So
people go get drunk and piss all over the place. That's all it's for.
It's a giant fucking toilet.
Right.
Dude, this is some stuff that like Jack sent me, but I've seen this and like I don't know what your opinion is. Everybody, happy Thanksgiving anyway. If you're listening to this, like we hope you guys have a nice Thanksgiving. Like so, Thanksgiving pizza is starting to be like a thing now, and like
I'm interested.
So am I. I'm like I looked at it and it like there's 2 different versions. One has like a white sauce and the other one has gravy, and I'm like I would want the gravy.
Yeah,
I want and it had like gravy with the cheese, with corn, mashed potatoes, a little turkey, some stuffing, and like a little bit of cranberry sauce. I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, I would fuck that up.
Is the white sauce Alfredo sauce? You mean?
I don't know.
Because I don't mind. I don't know if I'd mind Alfredo sauce.
It's white sauce. Like it said white sauce.
But yeah, if you kept the marinara like and you just had bread and cheese mixed with all that, that sounds like
It'd be
from
fire.
the right place.
Right. Like if you had someone that was like, dude, and they put like real turkey on it, not like the kind of turkey they give you in jail. I mean, they give you like.
Yeah, you hate turkey. You're not a turkey guy.
You know why? Because I was in jail. And in jail, they give you a turkey puck. And I'm not kidding. It's a circle piece of something. Literally, half of it's dark and the other half's light. Like
Yeah.
it's not.
It scarred you from the turkey game.
I'm like, dude, but you're hungry enough, you'll fucking eat it.
Right.
So, like, now I'm just like, turkey. I just have, like, bad jailhouse memories. But, dude, it got to a point where, like, when the turkey came around, dudes started getting pumped. That's how bad the fucking food is down there.
Is there any like pizza shops we know gonna serve?
The Thanksgiving
Yeah.
pizza. I don't know. We should talk to Capizzuto's. I didn't see. I know Alio's makes a bunch of different shit. Minio. I don't know about Minio's.
Like that stuff. Like what's it? Mark Madden always talks about is the Pilgrim from
At Get-Go.
From Get-Go.
It's a fire sandwich.
I heard that's a fire sandwich.
That's like the thing at Mad Max, the Gobblerito.
Yeah, that sounds good too.
I think I would rather hit up the Gobblerito. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, it's from Mad Max. Anything from Mad Max instead of Get-Go.
is going to be better, but like them Gobbleritos are fire. One thing I never did in my life is a Friendsgiving, and I know that's like a big thing. Fucking, we've never done it. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of almost want to do it. It's like, but it's like, what is it? It's like do you do it the day before Thanksgiving or any time before Thanksgiving?
I think you can do it anytime. I think my sister and her cul-de-sac had one like this weekend.
Did they?
Yeah.
Is it wilding out?
I don't know. I think they put on little Friendsgiving shirts and get drunk and take pictures. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like. I think if you ask most people, everyone's like, "Oh yeah, it's cool to see your family," but the majority of the people would have a much better time with their friends.
Right, because you can't pick your family, so you're gonna get stuck with a couple people you really don't want to see over the holidays. You know what I mean? Might give you anxiety. You might butt heads with. If it's your friends, I mean, you get to hang out with who you want to.
Right.
Plus, you don't really have that many opportunities when you get older to like have like a set thing. Like I gotta go to this. It's Friendsgiving. I was invited.
Right.
Get the babysitter ready.
Like other people have had Friendsgivings, I just haven't been invited to one yet. So if anyone's having one next year, let me know.
We'll have to start one up.
Yeah. So okay. So we're both on board. The Thanksgiving pizza sounds pretty.
We gotta hunt it down and find it.
Yeah, we will. We'll let everyone know how it goes, dude. But this is fucking gross. And if anyone thinks it's not, I don't know who the fuck could like this. Hidden Valley Ranch eggnog sounds like the most disgusting shit on earth.
Do you think this is invented by Jack's girl and all her friends?
Dude, I don't know. It's fucking nuts, dude. What's their name? Their code name?
The Shy Girls.
Yeah,
the Shy Girls Hidden Valley Eggnog.
Dude, I'm like, I mean, that's terrible. That'd be like drinking ranch booze. That's almost as bad as the
That's
Arby's.
drinking, yeah, that's
the
disgusting.
Arby's. What are you gonna do? Mix it with the Arby's curly fry?
Dude, are you an eggnog guy?
I never was.
Dude, like the one time I was all banged up and went in Kogo's and got this eggnog, and dude,
It's good.
no, it's pretty fucking gross. It's like real thick, and it's just I got it a couple times. Like I got suckered in at the
Like
liquor.
thicker than chocolate milk.
A little bit thicker than chocolate milk. Some of it can probably not be as thick, but I've got it from like after during the holidays, I'll go to the liquor store and try to like load up on booze. And I'm all excited for the holidays.
Yeah.
And I always get suckered into like the Pennsylvania Dutch eggnog. And every year I pour a little bit, drink like a half a cup. Like this is gross.
Is there liquor already in it, or
Yeah,
you got
that already has like some kind of Scotch whiskey or something in there.
But like I know, like a lot. So the eggnog you got at Get-Go, it didn't have no liquor in it.
No, that was just disgusting Kogo's eggnog. A bad decision on my part. But I bought legitimate eggnog with liquor already in it, like almost like you see in Christmas Vacation that you could, you drink. It wasn't as thick, but dude, it's gross. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of yeah. It's just. I mean, I can't imagine if you had like a mouthful of ranch there now.
No. Oh, and a quick update, everyone. So last week, Jack was talking about buying the fake bird, and he was going to beat up the fake bird to fake crow to scare off the regular crows. I ordered a fake crow today. So I don't know if Jack's gonna beat one up or I'm gonna beat one up, but we're gonna have video of someone beating it. I'll fuck that fake bird. You think beating it up? You think beating it up will be bad? I'll fuck the fake dead bird. I mean, like, dude, if you ever want to get rid of crows, you know what I mean, flying around your house, just go out there and fuck a rubber bird. But I was like thinking, like, yeah, I'll fuck.
How much did you look it up?
Yeah, it was
It's reasonably priced.
dude. It was the one I got was $12.99, and it's identical height and it's plastic. But you know what I mean. But it didn't say you could beat it. But like, I mean, I'm gonna beat it. Or I'm gonna fuck it.
Yeah, right. Something's gonna happen to this bird.
It's not good.
Yeah, I don't know where Jack's research went to think that like this. It might be a real thing. I don't know. I was gonna Google it, but I googled
it is it a real thing, and I seen something on it.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, that you can like people put up owls and shit like he said, but people also do like if you attack the bird, you know what I mean, in front of other birds, they don't want to come near. So they like it's like a warning sign. So you don't have to hit a real bird or anything like that. So on Netflix, I'm sure a lot of you know, I'm not going to give you no spoiler alert, but there's a new season 2 of Tiger King out, and boy, it doesn't disappoint. You're not a Tiger King
I
guy.
never watched the full season of the first one because like the meth, all like the meth going on.
It still has a pinch of meth, but it's mainly like the one dude who fucked him over. And Carol Baskins being a piece of shit.
I know who Carol Baskins is, and yeah, they think that she might have killed her husband, and fed him to the tigers.
Yeah, and
do I need to watch the full season 1 to get season 2?
No.
All right.
So the season 2, one of the most funniest things is I'm watching it with my girlfriend last night, and the one family gets rid of the attorney they had of the guy Carol Baskins they think killed like the daughters, and they bring in a psychic. And the psychic gets to like this place where he says she knows their dad was killed there because he had to vomit. And I'm like, dude, he could have known. Like this was public knowledge that everyone thought he got killed at this farm. So like he went to this farm and he's like, I'm gonna lose my cookies. And he went over and he like fake puke. It was the fakest puke I ever seen. He was like, bleh! Bleh! They're like, oh my God, are you okay? And the dude starts shaking, and then he comes over. He goes, did you see what was on the ground over there? And they were like, no, what? And they're like, go look. And she was just telling me what it is. He was like, it's a container that had chicken in it. She was like, yeah. He's like, wasn't I talking about chicken all day? She's like, oh my God, you were. Like, what the fuck does that mean? So he was talking about chicken, and then there was a styrofoam container there that may have had ground meat, may have had chicken.
That's what made him throw up?
No, that was after he threw up.
Oh.
But he was trying to say like his like it was leading him there because he was talking about chicken for some reason, and next thing you know, there's a chicken container on the ground. I'm like, what the fuck? How much are they paying this guy? They end up paying this
So this is the psychic who's saying it.
Yeah, the psychic, like thousands of dollars to show up and say, remember I was talking about chicken? And he's literally curled up in a ball. And the daughter, who her dad got killed, is consoling him.
So this is Baskin's daughter.
No. That Dawn Lewis that she killed.
Oh, okay. She killed Dawn.
Allegedly. Well, I don't know. Some people say whatever, but it was Dawn Lewis, the guy who went missing, is dead. He has to be dead now. His kids hired the psychics. They want to know what happened.
All right.
So the psychic comes and says, he's dead. It was here, and he got hit in the back of the head. Like, you paid thousands of dollars for that. And then that's the thing. Like, we could be psychic fucking detectives.
Right. There's no way to prove it. Like, yeah, we need hard evidence.
But the chicken, that was the thing. The chicken fucking... The fucking chicken case there was the hard evidence. I was talking about chicken, and then he's crying like a bitch, and she's got all hugged up on me. It was like, I was like, this is too much. I feel bad for these people. But I think, hopefully, Joe Exotic will be getting out of jail just because it's just more insane TV.
Yeah, they need him back. What's he in jail for again?
He got set up by these dudes to pay this guy to kill Carol Baskins, but it was a total setup. They show it
entrapment,
and it ends up at the end. I don't want to ruin it, but it looks like Joe might get a second.
He might get out. Good.
He might get a resentencing or something like that. Another story we found. So imagine this: like your wife has a cat. It's a black cat. It's fucking annoying. Drives you nuts. The wife's like, we just need to act better. And then she's like, I'm going away for the weekend. The husband hates the fucking cat. He hates it with a passion. So, but he don't hate cats, just this cat. So he goes down to the pound or whatever, the shelter, finds a black cat, switches them, and then takes the other black cat home. And then, like 6 years later, this woman.
It took her 6 years.
This woman posted on Reddit, I really feel like my husband switched my cat a couple years back. I don't know. Then they post his story underneath how he switched his wife's cat.
Why does he have that story?
He wrote, it's not him. It don't have names on Reddit. You know what I mean? But like a guy posted a story saying, I switched my wife's cat when she went away this weekend. The woman went away. That was her.
So somebody like remembered that and
reposted
it. What a fucking idiot. One, I can't believe you get away with that. That's like the Jinxie cat from me.
I was just thinking that. Yeah.
Right. Right. Yeah, but like the cat, you come back and your cat has a total personality change.
Right. I mean, I get it. It's a black cat, so it'd probably be easier. Like, I don't know. I don't mind cats or anything like that. Like, but I mean,
you'd have to like
know something.
Yeah, like one little like detail of something would be off, and you'd be like, "This is different."
But he got away with it for 6 years, and then the dude they showed it posted, and I don't know what happened after that. There'll be more to.
Yeah,
more.
If you're gonna do some shady shit, just don't no need to put it out there in the public.
And then over in Cleveland, so the Cleveland Indians aren't the Cleveland Indians anymore. They're the Cleveland Guardians. And literally 30 minutes after they opened up their brand new store, that like for people to come buy merchandise, the fucking sign falls off the building.
Did it hit anybody?
No, but it's smashed everywhere. Like that's just like, what a fucking dumb name.
It is a horrible name. I always thought they should be like maybe just call themselves the Tribe. You know what I mean? Because that's like a nickname for them anyway.
Right.
You kind of keep it.
That's a good idea.
In-house. They should have asked me.
Yeah,
Guardians is just stupid. That doesn't make any.
There's like soccer teams named Guard. I mean, it's just a fucking weird.
Like
name.
the end of the Indians, I guess, has Guardian. Like was that they're thinking like they don't gotta change a lot of sign. Well, I don't know.
They gotta change every. I mean, that Guardian sign. It isn't no cursive like the Indian. You know what I mean? It's fucking terrible. It's just a stupid name. Like I don't even.
I never understood like Indians. What was the like? Like I guess if you like the Redskins, I could see your point there.
Right.
You know what I mean to a certain degree. But the Indians, how is that like offensive?
Dude, it's just people going after shit. It's the moral of the story. Like people going after shit. The thing is, I don't really know any Native American people to say like because I've talked to them and they were okay with it. Like, that'd be the thing. Like, if I was like, dude, I know a dude, he's Native American, he's, like, in that culture, and he said, like, it didn't fucking matter to them. It was a big publicity stunt by other people. I didn't see anywhere that the Redskin things, like you said, I get.
Right. They said that, yeah, that's like a negative term for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which when you grow up and you hear it, you don't realize that. But, okay, that's a negative term. But, like, Indian, like, that's.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, but. You know, but all right, you got to change the name. It's like, so Washington went to the football team, which is pretty terrible, but not nearly as bad as the fucking
the Guardians. That was just a bad that was just a bad pick of a name there. They could have thought of something way better than that.
Because they're one of the oldest franchises in baseball.
It's been around, the name's been around forever.
There's some fucking terrible named teams. Like I was looking at a hockey team. It was like the Seattle
Kraken. But I think that's like a normal thing in Seattle.
Oh, is it?
I don't know what a Kraken is. Todd, do you?
It's some kind of sea. Is it a crow? No, it's like a kraken. Or it's like some kind of sea urchin or something.
Right, because they do a lot of fishing off the coast up there. So Kraken is like something normal for that area.
Yeah. But, I mean, Guardian, is it like, do they go to like Guardian?
Guardians, like, no, that's just stupid. They had a big thing with like Tom Hanks, like hyping up the name. And, like, I watched it, and it was just trying to get people hyped up for this new name. Like, we're still the same franchise. But
why did Tom Hanks care about it?
I don't think he did. I think they just paid him because you put Tom Hanks behind it. You know what I mean? And it seems like it holds some weight. You know what I mean?
That is true. Like, yeah, we saved a bunch of money on this, but we have $6 million we could spend. But, like, we're going to hire Tom Hanks, say it's a great idea.
Like, people were going after the Cleveland Indians, and I think they just caved before they thought the ship really hit the fan. But, like, they weren't under pressure. I don't think, like, like Washington was.
Well,
the Redskins.
Yeah, and not only that, Washington just has a shitty history with their owner of being a fucking scumbag. You know what I mean? Like that Dan Snyder's been in so much shit.
Yeah, they got a big investigation going on for the rest of the team. But yeah, the Indians kind of jumped the gun on it, I think.
Dude, do you have any like funny Thanksgiving story? Do you have like a funny Thanksgiving memory or story? You got them kids now, and you know your dad's nuts. Grew up around him. Do you have anything funny that happened to you? You know, like a good Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving, I mean, not a lot of. No, I mean, we used to get Boston Market. And my parents split up. We would do the Boston Market, which was really good.
Yeah.
Boston Market's Thanksgiving dinner is not to be slept on, which I don't know if they still have it. If they do, that was really good. Yeah, no. How about you? Anything funny for you?
Yeah, I was in a halfway house.
Well, there we go.
And it was Thanksgiving, and it was like the whole message of the day was like brotherhood. It was like we're all brothers, blah. You know, everyone was buying into it. It was great. We made dinner. Everyone ate together. No one went home. Everyone was like, because the guys who could go home were like, fuck it, I'm not going home because I want to stay with you guys. So I thought that was cool. You know, everyone stayed, and we had a good Thanksgiving dinner. And they like told us at the halfway house, like, you guys can stay up late tonight. Late is 11 o'clock. So we're like, all right, cool. We're going to play cards and be the best night ever. So we're doing this, and these dudes, like this kid gets a phone call. This one kid, these two kids in there, they're both about the same age. They're both 20 years old. And this kid brought his girlfriend in there one time. Like, she came to visit him. She wasn't bad looking. Like, she came in, visited him. And so Thanksgiving night, after the brotherhood and everything, the phone rings. The dude answers it, and the chick on the phone is like, yeah, I need to talk to Brian. He was like, sure. He hands the phone. He's like, Brian, the phone's for you. And he, like, stops for a second. And he's like, hands the dude the phone and kind of, like, stands there watching. He's like, what's up? And he's like looking at the dude. He's like, who are you on the phone with? And the dude's like, no one, it's my friend. You know, he's like, she just called me. He's like, and the dude grabs the phone, like, who the fuck is this? And she was like, it's Casey. It was his girlfriend was calling another dude at the halfway house on Thanksgiving. So here's how the brotherhood ended. So the dude grabbed the Jenga, complete, like, put together in a box, and smashed it over this dude's fucking head. There's blood everywhere.
So holy fuck.
It was like the dude's bleeding, everything like that. Staff never found out about this, but like the people were like kind of like trying to keep it quiet, but dudes were going ape shit crazy. It was such
So he macked on this chick she was probably in the building for 10 minutes.
Yeah. And then like somehow snuck her number or somehow
Damn.
she played into it, but like she did that to a dude that he was living with in a house. Like, how fucked up is that? It gets worse. So the one dude ends up, the fight got out. All the people came in that night, like the main people that ran the halfway house came in, and they kicked the one kid out who hit him in the head with the Jenga blocks. So it was probably 6 months later. No, probably a year. Yeah, had to be about a year later. The dude's back. The dude ends up getting back together with her. You know what I mean? Chick has a baby. Family is like, dude, that's not your kid. She's like, that looks like that other dude from your halfway house. Ends up getting tested, finds out it was that dude's kid.
It was that dude's kid, so.
I mean, dude.
What the fuck? Holy fuck.
I remember I was like sitting there. We were playing.
Was this dude like out of the halfway house? Did they still run into each other? Like,
no, like the one kid ended up moving away, and the other kid, I'm not sure exactly what happened to him. Like, the one kid it happened to, it was a fucking good kid. He just like never could catch a break. I really liked him.
What was the dude that stole his girl? Was he like the man?
He wasn't a bad looking young kid. He was like a goofball, but he was like a slick, smooth talking dude. Like, I could see him pulling chicks, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and like this chick just came in to visit, and I'm like, dude, how? I asked him like, where he's like, she was sitting there, and he went to get her a drink, and I'm like, damn, dude, this is the worst Thanksgiving.
Right.
That's fucking
That poor bastard. What story did I gotta have to follow that up? Yeah.
But dude, I just remember him getting smashed in the head with fucking Jenga blocks. I'm like, this is fucking terrible, dude. What the hell happened to the brotherhood?
Yeah, the brotherhood went out the window on that Thanksgiving night. It's cutthroat. I guess when you're with all dudes and when somebody gets a sniff of a chick.
Well, that's the thing. There was prostitutes across the street, and they were disgusting, like so bad. But like dudes would still go over and like mess with these fat They would like take these fake home passes, and they would go meet a prostitute in an alley. Their home passes for 8 hours. You go over an alley for 3 minutes.
Right.
Well, now you're walking around Beaver County for 7 hours and 57 minutes. I mean, they got busted all the time. Like, what are you doing at Walmart? I don't know. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, like, dudes would like catch some strange off some prosties across the street. They were so terrible down in Beaver Falls. Like, it was just, ugh. That was some of the worst looking prosties I ever seen in my life.
Fuck.
But if any bit of a decent chick would come out, you have to imagine there's 25 guys living together.
What would he, dude? Yeah, that was a bad move letting her come in.
Yeah, all dudes are all like mainly in that age of 21 to 33, prime horned up age, even up to 40. Like dudes are just horned up. So I wouldn't, if I had a lady, I wouldn't. I'd say stay. Don't even fucking drive by here.
Right.
You know what I mean? These dudes are creeps. I know. I'm one of them.
Right.
But. All right, everybody. I think we're going to take a quick commercial break. We come back. We're going to have more Greenfield Finest podcast. Man, the other day I went to the hunting supply store and I got a cooter detector and it goes beep, beep, beep. And I'm driving through the south side. Next thing I know, that thing starts going off like crazy. Beep, 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 beep. It took me right into 12 Whiskey Barbecue at 1222 East Carson Street. Man, that cooter detector is the best thing I ever bought. I ain't never seen so much cooter in my life. When I went in there, I couldn't believe my eyes. I never seen so much cooter. I went in there for the cooter, but then I looked at the menu and the food was delicious. Some of the best barbecue in the burg. Not only that, they had every drink I could ever think of. So 12 Whiskey Barbecues filled with cooter, barbecue, and good drinks at 1222 East Carson Street. Make sure you stop down if you like cooter, barbecue, and drinks. 10-4. Hey, what's going on, everybody? You're probably looking outside your house right now, and it probably looks nice. Well, maybe it looks like shit. If it looks like shit, call 412-521-9045, Rosado & Sons Landscaping. And guess what? We just don't do landscaping. That's right, folks. Do you have some concrete outside? It's looking weathered. Maybe your back deck looks like shit. Are you sick and tired of looking outside and seeing shit? Well, did you know that Rosado & Sons also does pressure washing too and free quotes? So call 412-521-9045. It's very affordable and reliable. Make sure this summer get all your projects done and call Rosado & Sons 412-521-9045. Don't hesitate. You'll be late. What's going on, everybody? It's almost that time of the year where you got to go get your sidewalks or your steps fixed. And I don't trust a lot of these idiots out here right now. I really don't. Thank goodness Giuseppe & Sons is in the area, and they're always on the job. If you're looking for any type of masonry work this season coming up, please call Giuseppe & Sons, 412-421-6711, and make sure you tell them Rocco sent you, huh? Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm the host of Greenfield's Finest Podcast, Michael Z. Birdseye-Dell, and I'm not joking around today because I'm looking for your sports cards, sports memorabilia, or silver coins. If you're in the market to buy, sell, or trade, please contact me at 724-732-1644. Maybe you have some old cards laying around, you don't know what to do with them. We'll come over your house, look at them, get them listed, and get some money in your pocket right away. 724-732-1644. No questions asked. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Greenfield's Finest Podcast. We're about to jump into Corn Dick of the Week. We got a couple Corn Dicks this week. The first off is this gamer. I'm not sure, like these dudes, they play like in these like video game leagues. There's money to be made, and one time a year there's this giant fucking Warzone tournament, they call it. The winning team gets $400,000 for the tournament. So this dude and his partner, his name was Blazin, and the other dude's name was Mutex. Obviously not the real names, but they had a legitimate chance. They were ranked in the top 5 percentile of the world in this game. So they had a legitimate chance of placing 1 through 5, First, they would have got 400,000, but even fifth, which they almost were guaranteed, would have been 25 grand
Yeah.
for playing a video game for the weekend. So I mean, like it's almost like if you are fucking Tom Brady and you don't show up for the Super Bowl. That's what this is.
Right, and you're a gamer. I mean, you probably don't have a real job, I'm assuming, because you
right.
spend so much time playing video games. So 25 grand is going to get you through
Right.
for a year.
Right, and just the hope of 400 grand.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there was overall like $1 million in prizes, but the dude Mudex goes on social media and he starts looking for this dude like, hey man, haven't heard from you. What's going on, bro? You're not on Twitter. You're not on nothing. This is like 8 hours before the match. You're like, you should be.
Which game was it?
It was called Warzone.
Oh.
So you should be here, bro. He was like, okay. He don't say nothing back. Like, the dude keeps going after him. People are like, man, I hope he's okay. So the dude ends up just totally fucking ghosting him. Like, just doesn't show up, doesn't do nothing. They let the dude play, but now it's 1 against 2 because it's teams. He had no chance. He got fucking destroyed.
He didn't have a backup guy?
No. Because I don't think you were allowed to have a backup guy.
He wasn't on the roster.
No. So ends up finding out the dude wakes up like 3 or 4 hours into this tournament. Like, dude, I'm sorry I slept in. They're like, what the fuck do you mean? He slept, he said, for 15 hours. I'm like, is he on drugs?
Yeah, that's
insane.
That's like a hangover sleep or drugs.
Right.
Yeah, like, dude, like.
I did drugs for 3 days and I slept for 15
I had
hours.
to, yeah.
I've done it. You know what I
That's
mean?
the only way. Yeah, 15 hours. That's fucking. So you already slept 12 and you slept 3 hours more to miss this fucking tournament. Don't you have an alarm clock?
Dude, it's like maybe I don't know.
This is typical millennial loser bullshit.
Dude, if I got like, say for instance, if I got like a fucking something like a comedy show, I'm like having trouble sleeping because I'm all excited about the next day. I'm there early. I'm fucking excited. Like, how the fuck can't you be there for a chance of $400,000? Like, what else are you gonna do? I mean, he was sleeping. That's so crazy to me. Like, I'm wondering, like, did he overdose? Something else happened? They didn't want to come out and say it. Like, 15 hours is a long time to be blacked out. Like,
Maybe he took like too much Ambien because he wanted to be super prepared.
Yeah,
for the tournament.
That you might be onto something, and he was probably on something.
He was all geeked up off the Red Bull. You know what I mean? He was too hyped up. He needed to come down.
He was geeking off that Red Bull and Adderall combo.
Yeah,
had to take it, had to shift it into neutral.
He blew his wad.
Yep, threw it on there, jerked off, fell asleep for 15 hours, woke up, $400,000 not in his pocket.
I'll get him next year. What's his nickname?
Blazing.
Get him next year, Blazing.
Mudex, if you ever want to come on Greenfield's Finest podcast, we don't sleep in. We're every week, cuz. You're more than welcome. Dude, someone robbed Vicelli's in Greenfield with a fucking ladle.
Do we know who it is yet? I know you got the ear to the streets.
Yeah, I do. No, I don't have any idea who this might be. But, dude, come on. You robbed Vicelli's with a ladle?
Was the ladle at Vicelli's?
Yeah. They
Does
didn't
Vicelli
even
sell soup?
No.
That was probably for the sauce.
They didn't even bring their own ladle. They just came in there, grabbed the ladle from behind the counter, started attacking the clerk. So they said they thought it was like blood everywhere. It was sauce. Because the dude was spiking off his fucking nugget, and then stole the cash register, which probably had, it's Vicelli's, it's 2021, probably less than $100 in it. Everyone pays with cards.
Everybody's paying with cards. What a desperation robbery.
I'm not a detective, but if I had to say, I would lean towards drugs were involved.
That's a pretty good lick for a fuck. Yeah, right?
I mean,
so a dude fucking just came down to fucking Hazelwood, covered in marinara sauce.
Yeah.
Like probably 80
no,
bucks
the one
richer.
in Greenfield, right across.
No, but he robbed
Vicelli's. Yeah. Went down Hazelwood with
Walked
a cash
right down Hazelwood Avenue.
With a cash register.
Yeah.
Fucking smashed it open like it was a parking meter.
Is that what he did? He just took the cash register?
Took the cash register.
Those aren't light either.
No, fun fact, I actually found a cash register in an old building I was doing working. And back in the day, they made them so heavy so people couldn't do that. It's not like that now, but they're still heavy. You know what I mean? Like, dude, I think it was 150 pounds. So you couldn't even this thing's weighted. So you need like 2 people to fucking move it. So I don't know how he ran or if he ran into a car. He had to run into a car.
Dude, you got to be disappointed in the Vicelli staff
for letting that happen.
For letting that happen. I mean, you got to show a knife or a gun or something. You just can't. I mean, he made his way behind the counter.
Well, from what I understand, he attacked them. So like they didn't just give him the register. He started beating him with the ladle and then grabbed the register.
Wasn't worth the $80.
Right. They were like, dude, let him go. You know what I mean? But they said that there was sauce everywhere, and they were glad it wasn't blood.
We need an offline poll to see if anybody has any clues.
I would love to know if Greenfield took a poll to see who they thought would do it. I'd like to see who they'd pick. That's pretty funny. Also, Baker Mayfield's wife on calling everyone out on social media. Did you see this?
I heard about it on Mark Madden today.
Yeah, so she went on and said, like, you know, everyone that booed Baker, no one's as tough as Baker. Maybe the team could
if the team could be as tough as he is. I'll give it to him. He was getting smashed, and he looked like he honestly, like, dude, his shoulders are fucked, and he keeps getting crushed.
Right.
I mean, that is tough to keep getting up, and like he played with like basically a dislocated left shoulder, and now, dude, it looked like the right's all fucked up.
It's fucking nuts. And I give him props for that. Like, okay, Baker Mayfield's tough. But you know what fucks that whole image up? When your wife goes to bat for you on social media.
Right. You don't need that.
That is the worst thing.
They need to have these conversations with their wives. Like, just shut the fuck up.
Right.
You're going to get me in, like, more shit by you talking. Now they're talking shit on you.
And now the locker room's going to be split.
Right.
What the fuck's your wife mean?
Yeah, right. Oh, I'm not tough enough.
And then punches Baker in the face.
Right. How tough are you now?
Yeah, then they're going to jump Baker and be like, he didn't look so tough now.
Like, yeah, you're super tough. Do you keep throwing interceptions, though?
Myles Garrett's going to be holding him down, farting on his head.
Right. There's a lot of tough guys that shouldn't be starting in the league.
Yeah, that's a terrible move on her part. And if she had a time machine, and I guarantee you he wasn't happy with that. Like, listen, just shut the fuck up.
Right. The only other person I remember doing it was
Giselle.
But Giselle she could get away with it more than Baker Mayfield's wife because she's a supermodel and he's Tom Brady.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, and she like basically went back and said he can't do this himself.
He can't throw the ball and catch it.
Yeah, like you guys have to. And like you're at that point, like he's such a veteran and he's the GOAT that like you're in that locker room, you're almost just like.
At least Tom Brady's like a politician. You could probably be like, you know, wives, you know.
Yeah, he probably played it off like, all right, guys, you know, whatever.
Right. You know my wife, you know, I'll tell her to shut the fuck up. He got enough respect.
Yeah.
When you win enough, like you earn a little bit more respect.
What Sean Madden always say, winning's the best deodorant.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but I didn't like that at all, dude.
Nah, dude, like the wife's got to pipe down. Like you might feel that way, but you shouldn't put it on social media to where millions and millions of people will see it. Now you're just front page on ESPN.
Yeah, and you're the fucking
you
laughing
got Stephen
stock.
A. Smith talking shit on you. You know what I mean?
And I will tell you this.
Yeah. Oh God, I can't even imagine. I'm glad I'm not home during the day so I can see what the hell he said.
Oh man, but yeah. Baker Mayfield almost should have made brother in arms for his wife being corn dick, but like we just couldn't roll like X. He's from Cleveland. But first brother in arms is I didn't know where to put this, but to see Tiger back, I'm a huge Tiger Woods fan. I'm not a huge golf like watching fan, but I love Tiger Woods. He's probably my favorite athlete of all time. And like I know you love Tiger Woods.
I do love Tiger Woods. You got me that Tiger Woods card for my birthday. It's just flying back up in value now. No, it's great to see him swinging a club. He's good for golf, dude. There's so many times you're like, Tiger got like 9 lives, dude. It's like you don't think he's ever going to be able to play again, and he might not be able to play. Like, he'll be out there, but I mean, you still got that shot. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe he will just put it all together and win 4 more majors and break that record.
I think like, and a guy like Phil. Like, that's his boy, ain't it? Ain't him and Phil?
Well, they had a rivalry, but Phil kind of knows that Tiger was obviously the better. He kept Phil from being like...
Yeah. But I think Phil respects him.
For sure, you have to. Somebody was that good for that long. Because you see these other golfers, they flame up for like a year and they're gone. Tiger had like 10 years of just killing it.
Of dominance.
Yeah.
I think he probably, at one time, I think throughout history, on an individual sport like golf, something like that, I think he was the most dominant athlete of all time. In his
right.
sport.
He's like what we think of Babe Ruth.
Right. Michael Jordan.
Maybe, yeah, Babe Ruth, Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods. And, dude, when he wrecked that car and you're just like, fuck. They said his leg was all fucked up. Dude, medical science.
Right.
Is,
if you got the money.
If you got the money, they can just rebuild your leg like that. I mean, even for him to be standing and walking normal right now is amazing, let alone to, like, swing a golf club.
Plus, all that shit happened with it, all that shit before, and it's just nice.
Well,
to
that's
see him
where
come
like
back.
it started his downfall
Right.
when his wife put his 9-iron in his teeth. You know that was that on Thanksgiving?
Yeah,
That'd been a funny Thanksgiving story.
I wasn't there.
Yeah, right. He took an Ambien. Dude, his chick went through his phone. And there it was. Next thing you know, she fucking knocked out his fronts with a 9-iron. And then he tried to run away in his Escalade, and she beat the shit out of the Escalade, and he wrecked into a tree.
There's a funny ass South Park episode where they make a video game called Tiger Woods. It was like 2011, whenever year it happened. And the game, instead of being a golf game, is like you're trying to avoid your wife chasing you down the street with a golf club.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. Dude, did you see this? Because this is another golf story. I don't know. It's how it is. Rory McIlroy, I guess he fucking blew the lead, and he, like, tore his shirt open and shit. What happened?
Dude, to be honest with you, I guess he had a shitty Sunday. He was in contention.
Yeah.
Like I said, I really wasn't watching golf. All I seen was basically the picture of McIlroy's nipple hanging out after he ripped his fucking tight-ass shirt.
But he was like, so he was, I heard he was in the, am I wrong with this? I thought he was in the lead going into Sunday. And then Sunday, he totally fought. He
had a horrible Sunday. Like, he does this sometimes. That's why I said Tiger Woods is so great. Because Tiger Woods would never do this. Like, McIlroy was supposed to be like the next Tiger Woods.
Right.
And he kind of, like, he wins here and there, but he fell off.
Right.
You know, but, like, fuck yeah, something pissed him off to the point. That was like a weird reaction to rip your own shirt. I've never seen nothing like it.
And
Dudes throw clubs, break clubs. I get it.
The rip was so funny, but the comments were hilarious. Like, Nike's new shirts are sweet. Like,
yeah.
Like, people were like, that's dope, fresh. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, dude, he's got to be, like, rethinking that one. Like, because there was a million memes with his, you know what I mean? Now, like, that's
he didn't even seem to care that his nipple was hanging out either. Like, he could have went and got another shirt.
Right.
He was done for today.
Right. He was done. He could have go through a t-shirt on.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
right.
He didn't have to walk around with his nipple hanging out and people on the phone looking like a psycho.
Yeah, that was real. That made everything real uncomfortable.
Dude, other brother in arms. So there was a hoop game, Sacramento Kings. There was a dude sitting on the court, fucking drunker, Uncle Billy drunk, fucking puked everywhere.
It's great.
Puked everywhere. He's not the brother in arms. The mascot is. They had the fucking all hands on deck to clean this.
It was
puke.
a lot of puke.
Dude, there was so much puke.
Oh, it was like orange.
Yeah, and there was so much. They said it took 10 minutes. I read so much about this. They said it was way longer than 10 minutes. There was dance contests going on, all kind of goofy shit to try to like keep people's like attention off of the fact there was puke everywhere. But the mascot got in there and started helping clean up the puke. That's a fucking mascot.
Going above and beyond your duties at work.
Yeah, the Sacramento Kings mascot's a fucking animal. But like that dude, just like he got courtside seats, which I'm sure aren't cheap.
Yeah, what do you think, Sacramento King? I mean, you're talking well over $1,000
I think
per seat.
Yeah, anywhere you sit, any courtside seat, I think in NBA.
I mean, he was on the floor.
I mean, he was in between the scorers table.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's like the
That
seat.
could have been more money than that. I don't know.
I don't know if he was like a famous person or it didn't say that, but there was he just got Uncle Billy drunk or whatever he was on and fucking puked everywhere. Like it was just like, and there was just so much puke. And like people were just like, "Oh my god!" And then like everyone noticed it. Like we gotta clean this up. It's like
Yeah, dude. I don't know. Like once you get to a certain age, like if you feel a puke coming on, dude, you gotta go take yourself to the bathroom or go hide in a corner or something. You don't want to make national TV for some shit like that.
No, but if you get that drunk, like you know what I mean. Like that dude might have been having a weekend of his life, and he was he was on one. And he was like doing
the shrooms kicked in. And he
was
just fucking let it loose.
He was eating shrooms and doing whippets.
Floor seats for the Kings, $8,400.
Holy fuck!
That's the best seats in the house.
And he had. I mean, I'm assuming his was one of the best seats. It was a great seat.
Yeah, I don't think there is I mean, dude, you're bumping out. I mean, I don't know who they were playing, but yeah, there's like, I mean, LeBron James could be running past you and you high five him. That's where Spike Lee used to sit.
Yeah, I would like to. I would love to go to an NBA game. I never been to one. Like I was supposed to go to Cleveland one time, and it kind of like fell through. And I still want to go to one.
I've been to 2 Cleveland games.
Were they fun?
It is fun, dude. It's like different, like, cause dude, like it's weird. Like they'll be playing music while they play the game.
Oh, really?
Like I never realized. Like I would be sitting there. I thought it was like a break in the action. I'm not even paying attention. I'm like, oh shit, they're playing because they were playing music the whole time. They got people dancing around, mascots doing crazy dunks, throwing shit into the stands.
They said like in between, like they'll take a quick time out. People come out on the court and dance or do like a little
there's complete entertainment the whole time.
Yeah, I like that.
Like I said, I don't even mind music being played while
they're hooping.
You know what I mean?
They probably
the
don't
players
either.
probably like it.
I wonder if the players get to pick the jams. Like, here's what we're gonna jam out to tonight. You know what I mean? It's so the whole time they're playing, there's jams the whole time.
Most like. I don't know in serious, but I think a lot of the time there was music playing.
I think once they get past the 3-point line, they stop. Usually.
Maybe that's
yeah,
it.
it's in
that's what it
between
is?
when they come up and down the court.
But yeah, like I was definitely surprised because, like I said, I thought like the Steeler game, they're like doing like all this shit and like shit's going on. You're like, all right, TV timeout. Then you look on, like these dudes are playing. I'm like, what the fuck?
So you went to 2. Who'd you go, Dave?
Yeah, because he's a Cleveland game. The one game was when LeBron shot a last second 3-pointer to beat the Magic in the playoffs, and it went nuts. Place went nuts.
Yeah. Is that the year they won the championship?
No,
No.
that was like when he was like his first run with Cleveland.
Yeah, that would have been a fucking sick game to be at. Matt,
You got any crazy puke stories?
who me?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a old Christmas time puke. It was so my buddy Stutch. This is about, let's see, I'm 40, so this was 21 years ago. We went out Christmas Eve, had a ton of beers, amongst other things. So he was like, dude, by the time this was Christmas Eve, we're out. By the time we make it back to his house, it's Christmas, 5 a.m. So I'm like, dude, I gotta just like fucking, I was like, I'm just gonna like lay here. He's like, all right. So I lay there and he's like, dude, my dad's about to get up. He's gonna make everyone like, you're gonna have to like leave or come with us to go. I'm like, I can't move. So he was like, dude, hide in the bathtub. I think I told you this story before.
Yeah.
So I hid in the bathtub and like I just fell asleep in it for like 8 hours. But like during that time of sleeping in there was water dripping on my head. So like it was just drip, drip, drip. So I like rotated so my head wasn't at the drain. You know, I don't know why I had my head at the drain, but it was like dripping on my feet still. You know what I mean? So I'm having water dripping on my feet. And then I remember just like I heard something, and this thing, I like had the most violent puke, and there was a toilet there, and I puked everywhere except none of it went in the toilet. All of it went in the bathtub. So now I'm laying in my own puke. So like I had to get up, clean it up, take the towels, throw them away. It was a terrible Christmas. For
Yeah,
me.
that sounds like hell.
That sounds like
That doesn't make you go to rehab. Nothing will.
No, I think I went directly to a homeless shelter. I did not pass go. Did not collect $200 after that. But I was like, people were like, yeah, like, you know, did you ever have any shitty holidays? I'm like, well, one time I spent Christmas in a bathtub, fucking throwing up and pissing my pants. So,
Yeah, one time we were younger and I was drinking, and I was never a good drinker. I probably should have quit, but I haven't. And I was like drinking 40s. It was like back in the 40 days, and I think I drank like one. I was like on my second one, dude. I like was in this car. I was like, I got to get the fuck out of this car. I'm gonna throw up. I go into Brewster's bathroom, throw up everywhere, and fall asleep
in the bathroom.
in the bathroom to the point where like people had to like I'll get somebody to open the door. And I think for some reason Maison and maybe Lester were there, and they like to carry me out of there. As they're carrying me out of there, Maison's like, this kid just ate 17 ice cream cones. He's out of his mind. And fucking, like, they fucking took me home, dude. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
Dude, I just, oh, man. Those are the good old days. Like, I was thinking about that. We were at that awards thing, like, drinking 40s at a light tower on a nice night. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what kids do now. I'm not saying they should be out drinking 40s.
Drinking takes a lot of practice.
Yeah.
Which is not really, like, a good thing. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have them bumps in a robe or, like, you know, you wander home through the park by yourself and, like, you know what I mean? Like, and you just wake up in a puddle of your own puke. But
yeah.
You got to fight through it.
I think, like, the problem for me was I was such a fast drinker. Like, I would guzzle beers. Like, you know, I would drink, like, 6 beers to someone else's, like, 2. So I would be drunk.
You were Stinky the Guzzler.
Yeah, I did have that alias. I was
Yeah,
Stinky
you had
the
to keep up
Guzzler.
your reputation. I was like 130 pounds and try to keep up with everybody else. And that just never really worked out either, especially when you were drinking malt liquor as a teenager.
Yeah, but yeah, a lot of fun times puking. But I'm more of a piss my pants type guy.
I never really got into that game. Luckily, I don't know why, but I seen you piss on the side of your TV once when we were younger.
Yeah, I was trying to get better reception.
Yeah, right.
Cable. Dude, I forgot about this, but I remember one time I was down in Florida. I didn't know these people I was with. They all worked at Einstein Bagel, and they were like, "We're gonna go out tonight and eat ecstasy." I was so happy. I'm like, "Dude, can I come?" They're like, "Yeah, we'll pick you up at 7." So I'm like, "Sweet." I just got paid from Einstein. I had like 138.
You worked at Einstein Bagel too.
in Florida.
I never heard this one.
Yeah. So it was when I first moved down to Florida. You know what I mean? I moved down for a week, moved back, but then I went back, and this time I made friends. So they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna eat ecstasy tonight. It's this dude's birthday." Blah blah. I'm like, "I'm in." So I think I had taken ecstasy like maybe once before here, and I thought it was great. And I'm like, "Oh, this is a lot of fun." So we go there, and I'm the only one drinking. You know what I mean? Which was like, I didn't think anything of it, but I'm drinking like, I think it was plastic bottle vodka, whatever it is in a plastic bottle.
It cost $10. Yeah.
$10.
Bankers Club or something.
Yeah, I got a $10 bottle of vodka and 4 ecstasy pills. So I took one, I took another. I don't know how many I ended up taking, but all I remember is another time. I wake up. I didn't wake up, but I'm standing. It's like sort of like come to, and I'm like in a shower, naked, and there was just puke everywhere. And then I come out of the room and there's no one there, and I'm like, "What the?
Whose place were you
fuck?"
at?
I was at a hotel party.
Oh.
Everyone left, and I'm like, "Dude, what the fuck?" The dude, I'm like sitting there, and I'm like whacked out. My vodka's gone, but I still feel kind of good. Luckily, at like 6 a.m, like the dude comes back to the room. He's like, "Dude, you all right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why?" He's like, "Dude, you were like rolling around on the floor, and like you kind of freaked us out, so we left." I'm like, "Thanks." He's like, "No, dude, we put you in the shower to like try to like get you to come to. Like you were like out of it, dude. You were like rolling around on the floor." I'm like, "That's interesting."
That's not really what they meant by rolling. You just literally started rolling around.
He said I was like, he said like, look like I was trying to break dance, but I couldn't. And they tried to stop me, but I could. They said you were just like you couldn't talk to you. They said you were so fucked up, and I'm like, man, what a night. I'm like, you got more of that ecstasy, but that was it. That was my
Dude, what I really want to know is what was your job at Einstein Bagel? What'd you do?
I was worked the register.
You weren't putting together the bagel sandwiches.
The dude who put together the bagel sandwiches there was a fucking douche, and I didn't like him. He didn't like me. I don't think he liked me much because I always talked about Pittsburgh and how cool it was, and he was telling how like Tampa was the greatest, and we didn't hit it off. He was like the one. He wasn't at the ecstasy party, of course, but like
He didn't get invited.
No, but the one night I was like, "Dude, what are you guys doing?" He's like, "Oh, dude, me and my friends are going to Home Depot to get some pieces of fence." And I'm like, "For what?" He's like, "Well, my boy made this big D. We're going to the high school basketball game. Like, defense." I'm like, "Okay."
This is a high school kid.
I'm like, "We're never gonna hang out." We were the same age though. You know what I mean? I was 18 when I was.
So he was still in high school. Okay.
Yeah, but I was like, "Okay, yeah, we're two totally." Then a kid, I think he was like on parole. Got to start working there. I was
The
like,
kid in the back making the bagels.
the kid, he was the baker guy. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, all right, I think we can hit it off. As soon as he said, like, one day I was like, "Dude, my mom will get us beer." He was like, "Okay." We started being friends, and then next thing you know, he invited me to the ecstasy party. So thanks, Mom. Dude, Matt, real quick, Matt Stafford's wife. Okay, I got her and brother Norm's because she did something totally different than Baker Mayfield's wife. She fired a pretzel with someone's head.
That's just completely insane.
But you know what? It's a lot better than going on social media saying you're not tough.
Right.
I respect throwing a pretzel with someone's heckling her husband.
If somebody, in person's just heckling somebody you love. I mean, she had a brain tumor, so you got to take it easy on her for that. She beat some kind of, It wasn't brain cancer, it was a tumor, which is still a very delicate situation.
Right.
So she gets a pass.
Right. So she ended up fucking whipping a pretzel at her. Like, I just think, like, was it dipped in cheese or did she just fire away? Was it a whole pretzel? Just a piece?
Did she connect?
Yeah, she hit him, and then she went online and apologized, and she had a weak moment. So, like, props to her for fucking sticking up for her husband the right way. Throw, you know what I mean? Hit someone with something. But
Right.
don't go on social media and fucking start saying, I hate social media like crybabies. And that's all Baker's wife did. And she should have never did that. And I'm telling you, this is going to come back to haunt him because the fucking locker room's going to be divided.
He'll be out of Cleveland in a year and a half.
Yeah.
Or a year or two.
Them fucking commercials will be done.
Those are the best thing he does, are them commercials.
It sure is. All right, everybody, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to have more Greenfield's Finest podcast. Are you sick and tired of partying with the same old, and getting the old, boring results? Looking for something maybe different? You need to try Espolon Tequila. 2 shots for a good time, 3 shots you might go get a package, and 4 shots you and your friends are getting on a plane to Vegas. Espolon Tequila, the official tequila of Greenfield's Finest podcast. Hey, what's going on, everybody? If you're sitting down right now and you're listening to the podcast or watching the podcast, you probably want to order a pizza. And if you do, make sure you order from Capizzuto's Pizza, the official pizza of the Greenfield's Finest podcast, located at 422 Greenfield Avenue, phone number 412-521-6570. Mention Greenfield's Finest podcast whenever you call. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Are you sick and tired of hiring heroin-addicted roofers? I know I was. I had 6 of them fall off my roof in one day. I didn't know what to do. I found out about Allen Construction. Their roofers don't do heroin. So if you're looking for roofers that don't do heroin, call 412-954-8337, 412-954-8337. Make sure your roof stays and they don't come back at night to steal the shingles. Hey, what's going on, everybody? If you're like me, you probably have appliances in your house. TVs, ovens, dishwashers, microwaves, all types of stuff. That shit's going to break. And when it does, make sure you call Primetime Appliance, 412-896-1395. They deal with all insurance and warranty companies. They do all the work. All you have to do is call 412-896-1395. Primetime Appliance. Give them a call. I don't know about you, but I ain't got time to be packing boxes and moving stuff all the way around the tri-state area. I just don't got time for it. But I gotta move. What am I supposed to do? Thank goodness I found out about Miracle Movers. Fully bonded and insured, serving the Tri-County area. And they go long and short distance. I just found out they do commercial delivery too. That's Miracle Movers at 412-419-2620. 412-419-2620. And tell them Z-Bird sent you. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Greenfield's Finest podcast. We're about to jump into what's grinding my gears. Johnny, what's grinding them gears?
All right, I might have had something similar to this before, but it just happened again recently. So I do landscaping, obviously, and I'm pruning a tree.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm pruning this tree. I'm walking around. I got my pole pruner, pruning trees. Like, branches are falling. And I'm looking at this lady, and I'm like, there's no way. Like, I just dropped, like, a branch. Boom. And she just, like, not a care in the world, just comes walking right underneath the fucking tree. And I'm like, dude, like, it's like, do you say something? Or I was like, looked in amazement. Like,
when was this? This last week?
Yeah, this last week down where my dad lives. And I'm like,
people just don't give
people
a fuck.
just don't, like, dude, is
They
she
don't pay
that dumb
attention.
or she just doesn't care? Like,
They don't pay attention.
like, one, you could trip over these branches too. Like, if I'm an asshole, one could fall on your, like, I don't want that to happen, but
No.
but just cross the street. Like,
Right.
she could have went for the other corner and still went in the same direction.
There's so many times from working outside when we'll be working on one side of the street and people continue to walk down that same sidewalk. Like, I don't understand why people just don't. Like, if I'm walking down the street and someone's doing any type of work on a side, I'll go to the other side. So
Cross the street.
So they
Dude,
don't
when
have to
we're
stop.
blowing, like, I've seen it before. People will push their strollers. Like, that dust is in the air.
Right.
You should probably take that kid across the street.
That baby's covered in soot.
Right. You know what I mean? We both do a couple lines of leaf dust a day. And it's
Yeah.
not bad for you, but dude, the one dude today actually like pulled in like the street and parked right where we were like blowing downhill, that on Northumberland, and I'm like, maybe this dude just doesn't understand what's going on. I went over. I'm like, dude, we're about to blow right. He's, oh, I didn't even think about it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll move. I'm like, all right, so maybe people were just like aren't thinking.
Right. It's early in the morning. People are just like walking around, not thinking. They'll pull up right where you're like sucking leaves, and then their car gets covered in shit. And they'll be like, I don't understand what happened.
If there's like 3 dudes standing there with backpack leaf blowers on, and like there's a pile of shit, and you're gonna go park in that pile of shit,
Yeah.
like if you don't move, like you're gonna make me pretty upset.
Your car's gonna get fucked up. Not like an asshole. Like, hey, we're gonna fuck your car up. Like, no, it's just gonna.
Oh, people come out after we blown. Like, did you blow like shit like on my car? I'm like, I mean, I blew your car's as clean as I can get it. Like, you always give them like, yeah, call the office. They'll give you a free car wash.
I think one of the fucking, it was like about a month ago. 2 weeks ago, we're blowing leaves on one street, and this lady comes out and says to me, like, I'd like to do a formal complaint. I'm like, go ahead. And she was like, those leaves that are over there weren't there before you got here. I said, that's totally impossible, ma'am. We weren't even over there. And we don't blow leaves into people's yards or even on that street. And she was like, well, I'm going to check the camera. I'm like, okay.
She said she's going to check the camera?
Yeah.
Yeah, she should have just looked up in the air at that oak tree with all the brown leaves on it.
Yeah,
people are crazy. Leaf season gets crazy with like Squirrel Hills. Like I don't know. Other neighborhood houses are kind of close together, but yeah, there's like 120-year-old trees that like drop on like 5 different properties, and they think you should get that specific leaf out of their yard. Like, dude, like.
Right. Like,
no.
Can you get all the maple leaves out of my yard?
Yeah, you go pick them all out and set them aside. Like people just like think like because you never know. You talk to the wrong person at the company that's an idiot, and they'll do all kind of free work for you.
Right?
Not me.
Not me either.
We gotta it should be like part of our training.
Oh man, like today, I had to run down Costco. I had to go to the pharmacy and ask a question. So I go in, I grabbed a couple things, and I walk up to the pharmacy. There's a line, and I'm like, is this even worth waiting for? And I'm like, well, fuck it, I'll just wait and see. So. We get down, and there's one person in front of me. The line's moving quick. She goes up and asks 30,000 fucking questions about Sudafed. How much can she get? She wants to buy the max. Then brings her, this is weird, then brings over like a 90-year-old mother to buy more Sudafed, and the lady was like, I'm not selling.
She's starting a meth lab?
I don't know, but she was asking all these weird questions about Sudafed, like, what's the max I can get? And she told her it was like a box or 2. It's not a lot. Like, you can't buy a lot of Sudafed. And she was like, oh, well, I've been congested, and blah, blah, blah. She's like, I hate running down here every day. And the lady was like, well, this is like a 3-day supply. You have 6 days worth of Sudafed. It's 12 hours.
Right.
That's not enough. Mom. And the lady was like, no, I'm not. No, you're not loaded.
There's a reason it's behind this counter.
Yeah, and she continued to ask questions and demanded to speak to the head pharmacy technician who said, I have nothing to do with how much Sudafed you can buy. The law is the law. That's it. And the lady refused to leave. And I said, you're fucking holding me up.
Did you say that, or you just said it in your head?
I said it in my head. I'm a fucking pussy.
That's the worst.
I'm a pussy. I didn't say anything, but I looked angry.
Right. You looked a little annoyed.
And then I'm like looking at the lady behind the counter, go over to her. Everything ended up working out for me. And then I'm just like, okay, I'm glad I did come down. But I'm still like, what the fuck do people like? I don't get it. Like, you go, if you're in line, just get what you got to get and go. Don't ask a million questions. She was asking a million questions about Sudafed, something else. She wanted to pay for, you can't pay for products at the Costco pharmacy. They won't let you. They won't let you pay for it.
You have to take it up front.
Yeah, she was trying to say I'm just like, lady, you're like the most annoying fucking person ever. You know what I mean? To find out she wasn't even a member.
She wasn't even a member of Costco?
She didn't even have a fucking membership. Because they were like, yeah, we'll scan your membership for, oh, mom, come here. And then use their moms. You can go to the pharmacy without being a member. You don't have to be a member. But I'm like, man, you're asking a lot of questions, and you didn't even pay that $60 for it. Get the fuck out of here.
So she held you up for a good 20 minutes.
I'd say 7 minutes, which is insane.
It felt like 3 hours, probably.
7 minutes waiting behind someone's nuts.
Dude, I had to get my, we got rained out last Thursday, so I'm like, I got to get my license renewed. I was driving around a little dirty. So, dude, I'm like, get in there. Like, there's probably one person ahead of me. I waited an hour. But this other lady comes in and is like freaking out on this one guy because this guy's like, this kid wanted to take his learner's permit.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, yeah, did he get his physical? She's like, do you do that here? And he's like, no, you got to go to like a medical doctor. to do that. She was like, well, that's just really frustrating because, I wish somebody would have told me. He was like,
It does.
It does. Yeah, that's what the dude was like trying to. He was as nice as he could be, but like, he actually handled it pretty well for like, dude, he's like, what do you want me to do? Like, I can't, you want me to give your kid a physical?
Right.
He's like, I think you can maybe go to Med Express and they can get it done for you like
Now.
in a day. But he's
Right.
like, other than that, like, I don't know what to tell you. And she was like she thought she could definitely talk her way out of this physical. And this dude's just like, there's nothing I could do.
Dude, I'm fucking 40 years old. I just got my license. I had to get a physical to get my permit.
Right. You got to go. I think you got to get an eye exam.
Yeah. They're going to make sure you're legit, dog. They don't want you out on the streets.
Right.
But that's
I'm on my 7th license.
You're old.
I am.
I'm on my first.
Yeah. I should have waited.
Yeah, dude. It's way better now. I'm 40. I started driving. It's all new to me. You know what I mean? It's old news for you. I enjoy cruising around. All right. Oh, here's a story. So Will Smith's coming out with a book. One of the excerpts from the book, he says that he was having so much sex with women that during sexual encounters it would cause him to vomit because he was just so sick of having all this sex. What a weird way to pat yourself on the back. What a weird way.
What is he? I don't understand what he even means like that. Like
I'm telling you, he said that these were beautiful women. He was having so much sex that it was causing him to vomit.
because he was disgusted with himself.
I don't know. It
That
doesn't.
or like the physical activity, be like, I ran so much, I threw
get,
up.
Yeah, like maybe that was it, but it was all it said in the excerpt. They only released small little pieces of the book, so you don't get the whole idea what happened.
Do you think he's gay? And I don't care if he's gay or not. But if you're saying some shit like that, that seems like a cover.
I don't think he's gay. I think he probably got coos.
I mean, everybody knows he could and can if he wanted it. I mean, he's Will Smith. He's the man.
Right, but
But why would he say something? That's just strange.
I guess I mean, dude, in a weird way, it's kind of like he's patting himself on the back without like raising his hand, saying, "Dude, I got so much pussy." It was like, it says I puked, you know what I mean, before or during sexual encounters. The next question is why, and he says because I was having so much sex with random women. So like you're kind of like you want to tell that without like coming out and saying like, well, you asked me. What
do you think, Todd? Go ahead. You got that smirk.
This episode is very vomit heavy.
Yeah.
But I vomited once during mouth hugs. I was drinking too much, and the girl was giving mouth hugs.
Oh,
I don't want to say her name, but I was getting mouth hugs.
Was
and
she big?
No, I mean she had big breasts.
Was it the one chick that had tits on her back?
No, that's my ex-wife. I'll say her name. She had back titties. But, no, I was getting mouth hugs, and I started felt like I had a puke. So I had a little garbage can next to my bed. I picked up, and I started puking. And she's like looking at me like, should I stop? I was like, no, keep going. As I'm puking in the bucket.
When you
And
say
she
mouth
kept
hugs, you're
going.
talking about getting your penis sucked, right?
Yeah. That's a nice way to say it. It's more pleasant than blowjob, right?
yeah. Yeah, I mean, at least you didn't throw up on her head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was puking in the bucket. She's like, should I stop? I'm like, no, keep going.
I mean,
that was the only time I puked during sex, though.
I definitely got been drunk enough to where like, when you're like drinking like, hold up, I'm getting the spin.
Yeah.
But not from like just the quality and quantity is so high that I'm gonna throw up. 'Cause I'm so disgusted with myself.
Yeah, I
know him and Jada got a real weird relationship. Like they're
open.
like it's open, yeah. And I think it's Hollywood. I think they both swing both ways.
I had like something happen with me where like not like it was just like a weird situation, and like I didn't puke because of the sex act. I just like puked because like whatever was going on else on in the house, it was like made me like freaked me out. I guess it was like anxiety.
You
Like,
threw up from the anxiety from that cuckold you were telling me about?
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So, it was like this is a different time, but like this is probably about 13 years ago. Met this chick online. She came over to my house. I was living in Southside. Went over to her house one night. And like she didn't tell me she said she had kids, but she didn't tell me they were gonna be there. I get to she's blasted drunk on wine, and she told me she took a bunch of Suboxone. So she's getting like weird as fuck. But these kids are like knocking on the door, running by, like doing all this like dude, like they're not leaving her alone. And we're getting weird here. I mean, we're getting fucking real weird.
The door opened like they were coming in the room?
No, they were knocking on the door, but they wouldn't open it. Okay.
Yeah.
So she ends up greasing my root. So like I'm getting my root greased, and then this pug dog comes in, and like I'm like, there's a fucking dog right there, and she's like, the dog, she's like, he's fine, and the dog starts licking her feet. So the dog's licking her feet, and she's licking my root. Next thing you know, her kid comes by like to get the dog and claps like for the dog, and looks up, and his mom's fucking greasing roots. And dude, it freaked me out. Dude.
So it was like a major threesome for you then.
Yeah, the dog.
Dude, I thought, so the door wasn't locked?
Nah, like I don't know why the door wasn't locked. Someone like opened the door. It was one of them butter knife locks. Like I think someone fucked with it because I heard them out there.
Maybe the door.
And then the pug dog came in like to see what was going on and starts. I swear the pug dog was licking her toes. I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
So when she had you all bent up like a pretzel.
Yeah, yeah.
And the kid came in and seen that.
And I felt terrible. And then I'm like,
how old was the kid?
5. So I go to her. I'm like, dude, is that you got to check on him, make sure he's cool. So she goes in the other room.
Did you let her finish what she was doing first?
Hold on, let me finish the story. So she says to the kid, she was like, she tried to talk to him. So she comes back in. I'm like, is everything all right? She's like, well, he didn't say nothing. I'm like, oh, he's cool. She's like, no, he was not saying anything. Like he's not talking. Like he's traumatized. I'm like, dude, he is seeing you grease and roots. So she came back in, and that time she locked the door, and that was the end of that. But like, I remember. Then I looked over, and there was like male clothes, which I didn't notice before because I just didn't give a fuck. But like my ride up there was Dino. It was in Greensburg, and we're together driving in this fucking van, and like he had the van, so like he's my ride back. He's not answering the phone, so I'm stuck at this house, and I'm flipping out now. I'm calling.
So she's married, probably, or at least has a boyfriend.
And I'm like, dude, I gotta get out of here.
Did she tell you like, yeah, now you got to go?
She was like, I don't
Jeff
wanna,
gets home at 8.
This was like about 11 at night. I'm like, is there a dude coming home? He ain't coming back. I'm like, this motherfucker's coming back. So I'm calling Dino nonstop. I end up like basically having like a little panic attack. I puke in the bathroom. I'm sitting there. I have nowhere to go. I'm in Greensburg. I'm sober at the time. I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do? I'm like freaking out. I end up falling asleep. And I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I look at my phone, no missed calls. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? I call him, and I hear, hello. I'm like, dude, where are you? Oh, dude, my bad. I missed your calls. I'm like, come get me right now, please.
He went home and just bailed on you?
No, he went
on another mission.
He was on another mission in Greensburg. He knew. That's why he went with me, because he was like, I'll drive. I don't want you to drive. I'm like, all right. So I trusted him, and he was fine. But dude, I told him what happened. He was dying the whole way home, and like the funniest part was like, so you're telling me she was greasing your root while the dog was sucking on her toes? And I'm like, that's what it looks like happened, buddy.
Jeez.
But dude, I went in the bathroom and puked because like I'm like, I gotta get out of here.
So you're nervous that some psychopath was gonna come in.
Dude, his shoes were like fucking this big.
Size 13.
Yeah, they were huge. I said, dude, fucking kill me. She's like, he's not coming back here. I'm thinking like, what the fuck are you talking? You're not divorced. This guy still lives here. You know what I mean? Like, this is nuts.
The kid's in therapy.
The kid see his mom greasing everyone in town's root. It was just nuts.
She just went right for the root?
Nah, there was a little bit of foreplay, but the root wasn't long after. It didn't take long to get to the root. Oh, man, dude. And then the Am I the Asshole story, should we share that now? This was a story where a woman. Okay, so here's the Am I the Asshole story. So a woman and her husband go on vacation with his family. They all like do stuff. She really don't want to be there. She wants to stay in the room, fuck around on the computer. She goes on the computer, types her name in to go to her folder, and realizes there's 2 folders with her name's on it. Clicks on the one. The one is all information about her family. Now she's married. Is all information about her family, about her. They did background check. It was background checks on her whole family and 2 of her friends. So her husband comes back to the room, and she fucking snaps. Like, when did you do this? Well, he's like, it was before we got married. I ran background. I'm going to be honest. We ran background checks. Who cares? We got married. I married you. I never looked at it again, but I just had to, like, make sure. She left. They were staying at his parents' house. They left. She left that night, stayed at a hotel.
Because she was so pissed off.
And is leaving him. And she said, do you think I overreacted?
Yes.
And I'm like, dude, he married you. Like get over. Like, I'm not, like, maybe I'm wrong for saying this, but get over it. He married you. If he didn't love you and want to be with you, he wouldn't have fucking married
Right.
you.
Is your relationship that bad? Does it change? Like, what's it change? You know what I mean? Like obviously he didn't find out anything too bad.
Dude, if I love my girlfriend. I hope we're together forever. Like, just say, hypothetically speaking, 5 years from now, we're together, and I find out that she ran a background check. I wouldn't give a fuck, 'cause I'd be like, whatever she found didn't bother.
You're pretty much an open book. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, dude. What could she find that you haven't told her already?
Right.
But yeah, what if every dude could like run? I mean, would you even want what
No.
if you could run a background check? Like, I'm going to find out everybody you hooked up with.
No, I don't.
Really?
I want to know.
Who wants to do that? Like, what was he looking for? Like a record?
I don't know. I think just to see like what her family was like and shit like that.
Like, if she had any like fucking assholes in her family that are problems, or
Well, his cousin chimed in during the fight and says, "Hey, this is common. A lot of us in this family do it. So their family practice is to run these background checks."
so somebody's like probably involved in law enforcement at some
Right.
degree, or
Right.
like maybe some like HR, because you can run some. It's not hard to run if like you're like, I mean, Rosado and Sons doesn't do it, but if like somebody comes in to get a job, like you can run like a mini background check. But
Right.
I don't know how invasive it is.
But it sounded like this was like had a lot of details, and she was surprised her two friends were on it. But like, I don't know. Like, I think like that's almost the kind of thing where you gotta be like,
It's kind of like
Are you
funny-
looking for a
funny
reason?
after the fact?
yeah, are you looking for a reason to get out of the relationship? 'Cause it sounds like it. 'Cause That's
Right.
not, he didn't fuck no one. I get being mad for a little bit, but he married you.
What if she's worried, like like something would have popped up, like she got,
Well, he's seen it all.
Right.
So he never brought nothing up.
yeah, right, yeah, that's
I would-
like no harm, no foul, ha ha,
Imagine like though you're younger and you're single, and like you said, you can know like, okay, this chick fucked it. I wouldn't want to know.
like
I wouldn't-
your dad got 3 DUIs, and, you know what I mean, like
yeah, like oh, you're fucking. You know what I mean? Like you got finger banged by your cousin. Like I wouldn't want to know all that about someone. I'd rather leave that part of your life unknown. I don't want to know
like
numbers.
was she ever in a mental institution? Maybe it's not a bad idea.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not saying like I'm for it or against. I'm just saying like I think if you find out someone ran one on you and you're still together, like it must have worked out.
Right. If you're together that much longer, that still that much down the road, like who gives a shit by that time, but yeah, I don't know. Usually when you marry somebody, you think, you run through like the whole gamut of you
You're
should know them
open
pretty-
and honest.
Right, open, honest, like
Yeah, I mean, there's some stuff you don't want to know.
for sure.
You know what I mean? There's shit that I don't.
Right.
like-
You don't want to go down that rabbit hole and
No, I never want to know numbers.
No.
Keep that shit to yourself.
No.
So
Better left unsaid.
that's right. Well, all right, everybody, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to wrap up Greenfield's Finest Podcast. If you're like me, I bet you have the same opinion. Are you sick and tired of smoking hot chicks and delicious chicken wings? Well, I know I am. So if you are too, make sure you stay away from bootleggers over in Oakland at 403 Semple Street. Because all it is delicious chicken wings, cheap drinks, and smoking hot bartenders. That's bootleggers at 403 Semple Street over in Oakland. Over and out. Are you in the market right now for buying a house? Maybe in the market for selling a house. Have you heard about Carlson & Associates Real Estate Services? If you haven't, maybe you should check them out. They're located right here locally in Pittsburgh at 106 South 18th Street in Southside. A lot of people think that they only service the Southside, but that's not true. They handle all the Pittsburgh area, and they also handle property management too. So if you're looking for a good real estate company that's locally owned and locally ran, call Carlson & Associates Real Estate Services at 412-431-1718. That's 412-431-1718, and tell them Z-Bird sent you. Hey everybody, just to let you know real quick, Carlson & Son Real Estate now does notary. If you need your wills, trust, advance directive, executorship, custody, guardianship, power of attorney, or court documents notarized, contact Carlson & Son Real Estates. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Are you sick of your general contractor having sex with your wife? Well, I was too, and that's when I found out about Schaefer Inc. Schaefer Inc.'s primary goal is to deliver unbeatable quality for all your construction needs. They aim to firstly be a company principle-driven, and to achieve this, the importance is ethical business practices. That includes great work and not having sex with your wife. Please check out Schaefer Inc. for all your contracting needs. Give them a call at 412-915-1694. That's 412-915-1694. Hey, what's going on, everybody? If you're having car problems right now, there's not really too many places to go that you can trust. One place you can is Meineke Car Care Center, located at 4103 Kennywood Boulevard, West Mifflin. They handle everything, not just oil changes, but brakes, maintenance, everything. So if you have car trouble and you need help, make sure you call Meineke Car Care Center, 4103 Kennywood Boulevard, West Mifflin. Phone number 412-451-8968, and ask for Arthur. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I don't know if you've ever had a problem like me, but if you've ever stuck your dick in a light socket, you're probably going to need an electrician. Well, good thing Greenfield's Finest Podcast has Plug Electric as our official electricians of the Greenfield Finest Podcast. If you're looking for a good electrician, contact Plug Electric. Ask for Vance Hall. Phone number 412-298-6770. That's 412-298-6770. And stop sticking your dick in the light socket. Hey, if you're looking for a fun night out in the South Side and you don't want to get punched in the face, check out Finn McCool's at 1501 Carson Street. Go there, have a good time, and don't get punched in the face. Finn McCool's, 1501 Carson Street, and tell them Z-Bird sent you. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Greenfield Finest Podcast. We're about to jump into what would Greenfield do. This couldn't have been a better question. Jack sent this to me last week on Wednesday, assuming we all would have been back here, and it's fucking so weird that tonight it's just me and Rosado. If you didn't know, me and Rosado work together. We spend more time with each other than any other person in our lives. And the question for what would Greenfield do is, what is something your coworkers do that pisses you off? John!
Go ahead, dude. You got first.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I won't get mad. I swear to God, I won't get mad.
Yeah, it's not, you know what I mean? You leave like a trail.
A trail?
Like wherever you're at, you know what I mean? You know Z-Bird's he's gonna leave a can of Coke and an empty thing of Copenhagen everywhere he goes. Whatever vehicle he's in, you'll know.
That's not too bad. I'll tell you what, my coworker, he fucking gives me dirty looks every time I pick up the blower. No matter where I'm blowing, I get these dirty looks like I just sucker punched him in the back of the head.
Blowing's a fine art, dude. It's a fine art. I know people think like there's nothing to it. I'm like a surgeon with it, and then you pick it up and go. Like I say, you leave a trail.
No, I'm good with the blower, dude.
Yeah, you're all right. You know what I mean? But like I said, sometimes you don't know where to be. Sometimes you jump right next to me. Sometimes you just blow shit all over me, and I don't understand what you're doing. I can't explain it to you, so I might just give you the look like, please go to the other side of the yard and blow over there.
I'm speaking of getting shit blown all over him. I'm covered in shit every day. No one got more dirt on them in the tri-state area when they go home. And I never say, dude's got dirt all over me.
Yeah, you're the raker. When the one blower just totally blows me up in a corner, when I like kneeled on that rock the other day and then went down and you blew dirt in my face, dude. I mean, mate, I shot you a look.
Payback.
I shot you a look, dude.
I seen my shot. I took it.
Dude, I had like dirt. It went down inside my shirt, and my shirt was tucked in. Then it went like down in my pants. I'm like, I think I might stab him today. Today's the day.
It has worked out perfect, dude. Let me see if dude, real quick, what's your favorite thing about Thanksgiving?
Nope. It's a no pressure holiday. You know what I mean? There's no gifts. There's football. There's football on TV, and you just it's kind of chill.
I would say like I definitely the football being off of work is great. The food I like Thanksgiving food. So I don't like going to several places.
Dude,
and we
you
don't
hit the nail on the head.
We're not like so. Addie's my girlfriend. She has to work Black Friday at like 4 a.m. I got to go to work the next day, and like Thursday's like it's really one of the only days I'm gonna have off for the next like couple weeks. And like we both said like I don't want to go anywhere, and we didn't. Like this is the 1 year like we're not going anywhere. No one's coming over, and I'm good with it.
Dude, I usually go to 3 different places.
Yeah.
Which is like work. With 3 kids, like they're getting better now, but when they were real young, it was real hard because somebody would always flip out, and that's 3 car rides with a kid flipping out in a car. That's high stress.
That's nuts.
That's high stress. Plus, when you're eating 3 times, like there's not one meal where I just go in and go real hard. I'm like trying to pace myself, so I never really like eat the way I want to. Right. And by the time I get to like the last meal, where like you go, my mom's there and she's like looks at me because I take it. She's like, "That's all you're gonna eat." I'm like, I'm gonna explode.
Yeah.
If I eat any more.
3 Thanksgiving meals is too much.
Roughly the same food.
Right.
Johannes and Lynn put some pasta in the mix, which is good. But other than that, it's turkey. You know what I mean? Turkey. Then I want to eat the sweets.
Yeah.
And then you don't want to offend anybody.
I'm a big dessert guy. Like if you got some fucking pies or something, I'm all about like a nice homemade pie. I'll tear it up. Even a Costco pie is fire.
What's your brand
of what
pie? Pie? Are you a big pumpkin pie guy?
Dude, I do like pumpkin pie. If you got whipped cream,
Cool Whip, the Cool Whip.
You like Cool Whip?
I do like Cool Whip better than whipped cream. It's just the way to go.
I like whipped cream better, but I like if I had to pick a pie, I'd pick cherry.
Cherry's good. Blueberry's probably my favorite.
Yeah,
they're hard to come by.
They are. Days.
But yeah, a pumpkin pie. Like I feel like I've eaten so much of it in my life. Like I just don't really get down with it as much anymore.
There's so much more pumpkin shit around now than there was when
they
we were
over pumpkined it.
Yeah, when we were kids, like literally the only time you heard pumpkin was all right, pumpkins for Halloween and then Thanksgiving pumpkin pie. I mean now, as soon as it goes below 60 degrees, everything got pumpkin in it.
Pumpkin spice time.
Yeah, and I'm not a big pumpkin spice guy.
No, I'm not either. Like even the pumpkin beers, you don't drink beer, but like there's not like a pumpkin beer I've ever drank where I'm like, that's the fucking beer right there. Like people buy these cases for like $80 of pumpkin, and you got to buy them out, buy them before they're gone. I'm like, it's just, it doesn't taste like it. I mean, it's like a mild taste of pumpkin in there. There's nothing great about it.
When I drank beer, Miller Lite was fine.
Miller Lite's fine every
Blue
time.
Ribbon. I used to drink Pabst Blue Ribbon. It tasted fine.
Yeah. Who's these pumpkin? Yeah, there's so many different pumpkin beer. Yeah.
I don't like.
They're heavy.
What do they call it?
Dark.
IPAs.
Yeah.
I hated IPA beer. I never was like a fan. It was like a meal, and for someone that like drank and smoked crack, you didn't want that.
No, you were a heavy volume beer drinker. Dude, I drank like 6 one time of IPAs, and I think I've never been more hungover in my life.
Really,
dude? It took me like 24 hours. Like I couldn't eat. Like I couldn't shake it. Like
so you can't drink it like a case of them. But so
they're not made for that. They're made for you to drink like 2 to 3, and that's it.
So, like, because I see dudes like, yeah, I'd like.
Because some of the alcohol volume is crazy.
What, it's like 10%?
10%'s a higher one, but yeah, otherwise, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Like I remember,
you can get some that are like 5 or 6.
Well, that's what Miller Lite is, ain't
like
it?
if you go to like Fatheads and you eat some wings and you drink 2 of them beers there, that's what I think it's made for.
Yeah.
You drink a couple, you got like a nice buzz, but like.
You don't want to go to.
You're not going to drink a 12er.
You don't want to go. Say you're going out on the weekend and you're going out and hammering some beers with the boys. That's not it. You're not.
Unless you're just somebody who likes to drink a couple, and that's it.
Yeah, I don't know. I would never was that
it's
guy.
It's not your brand. Thinking of Guzzler is not for IPAs.
No, I never was that guy, nor will I ever be that guy. Well, everyone, please remember we got that big comedy show coming up this Saturday. 8 o'clock at Yesterday's. Thanks for all the new, welcome to all the new listeners. Thanks for listening and sticking around for the whole episode. We'll have the whole gang back next week. Everyone have a great Thanksgiving. And remember, folks, Greenfield loves you. We're out.